That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me Fuck all that shit, just let me go. Owers and tastemakers make us no chaser. Gets the blood flowing like a fucking pacemaker. Cut the middleman and inhale the vapors. Madman, old 10 Don Drapers. Cut the jukebox on, make the woofers blow. We gon' sit here until all them heifers go. Holler at the tens and spend a little dough. Not on them, no, they can buy their own drinks. That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me fuck all that shit, just let me go.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Wrestling Rundown, episode 187. I am. We don't need introductions because we have an intro.
We got it. Oh, yeah. It's great.
Fantastic intro, obviously. Watch it like 3 times a day, so it's that good.
Do you really?
I know, I'm telling people to watch it 3 times a day, so.
Yes.
So yeah, we have a lot of wrestling topics to break down. We're basically just carrying over reviews from last week here. We all got some of them are going to be overviews because it's been so long since we've done it. But
specifically dark and NWA Power.
Yeah.
Just because again, if we, so this is the schedule as it stands.
Yeah.
So you'll be seeing this on Wednesday. This is from last week. All the reviews are from last week. You will be seeing all of next week's content out during the weekend. So that means AEW, NXT, Impact, 205, UK, and Power. We are going to be doing all of them next week, and we're probably going to rush through the 1-hour shows just to kind of like how we're overviewing, just so that way it's not super long for you all.
Yeah.
And just kind of go from there. This week also, so episode 188 is going to be NXT Takeover War Games and Survivor Series review during this week. So be on the lookout for that. The reviews are coming for that. And I got a lot to say on that, and I'm sure Owen does too. Mike will be on, and hopefully Noah will be, but we're waiting for confirmation on that. Those should be the main 4 you should expect.
Yeah.
And then next week, NXT, AEW, Impact, all that jazz.
We can't record it till Tuesday because I got a lot of homework between now and then. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can do it.
Like next Tuesday coming up?
Yeah, we can still do the Survivor Series and War Games.
Obviously, yeah. Okay.
But we can't do anything, obviously, because it's Thanksgiving too. So
Okay, so
yeah.
That's fine. And on top of that, I don't know, just because it is like that, and I was going to talk to you about this after the show, but fuck it, I'm just going to bring it up here. Next week, we're taking the week off. These last 2 weeks have been fucking hell for not just Owen, but for myself and pretty much everybody else doing this new schedule. We need at least a week to try to get back in the swing of things. So don't expect reviews for AEW and all that. It will be next week's reviews are going to happen for this week. So expect that Tuesday, but next week, we just want to enjoy the shows. We want to watch the shows. We'll probably bring it up in passing when we talk about the week after next week's shows, because this is ridiculous. At this point, this is ridiculous schedule that we've been on because of Full Gear and War Games, and we need a break.
Maybe I'll still do one with Chris and Noah if they want to do one. But how about next week will be an unedited one.
No, I can edit it. I can't be on it just because I need a break.
Yeah.
At least for a week. Because
I do too.
Is killer.
I think I do too because I feel bad for like, I was talking to my cousin today who's up from, Florida. I feel bad for him because we've had to put like all of our videos on hold because wrestling's all over the place now. Like I can't do anything non-wrestling related, it seems, anymore. Like
yeah, well, hopefully that's gonna hopefully that will change once
yeah,
after this week. I think it's because Full Gear and War Games were so close to each other. It was like, oh Jesus.
I hope that never happens again, but
I doubt it.
Yeah.
I doubt it. And not to mention Noah and I haven't even reviewed Power Struggle, which has probably happened already. So
yeah, I haven't even. That would give me a chance to watch those New Japan shows that I've been meaning to watch too. So there you go.
Yeah. Because if we don't, like, this schedule it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
So yeah, just expect there's gonna be another change. We're trying, guys. It's one guy, trying to post these out now.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So let's go through everything from last week.
Yeah.
So
AEW Dark. We're gonna start with, I think.
No, I want to start. No. We're gonna start with just because in like a couple hours it's not gonna mean much and it's pretty big. I want to talk about it. CM Punk's first real appearance on stage. We know he returned last week, but this was the first time he was on a full episode of it, and we got to kind of hear everything.
I didn't see everything, but I saw the main big ones. Yeah. So I do want to say this. I did say some harsh shit about Punk last. I think it might have been last episode or a couple episodes back, and mainly because I thought it was not going to be what it was. I didn't realize how free reign this was going to be. I didn't realize they were going to be talking about the fucking storylines and pretty much shitting on WWE's creative.
Yeah.
And not only is Punk doing it, Booker T this week did it, Paige did it, Samoa Joe did it.
Yeah.
So, and I think a lot of that had to do with Punk. So, for the stuff I said about Punk, I will formally apologize for. I didn't realize any of this was going to be the case. I didn't realize it was going to be that, kind of CM Punk where he is allowed to go off script and just basically shit on the company, which is exactly what he did. Especially on this episode. So, I guess we'll see what happens. However, I'm going to say, let's not count our chickens before they hatch yet, because I really don't think this is the place you should have come back to in any capacity.
Yeah.
The WWE should not have been a fucking place to go to, unless they are going to change their fucking creative, and this is how they change it, because basically, this is what I'm gathering. Fox is pissed. But there's no other way to explain it. Fox is fucking furious with the ratings that are going on with SmackDown. And I would be too if I was a Fox executive. So, I assume that they're using CM Punk as pretty much a pawn in a chessboard to try to get their point across. By saying, guys, you need to stop what you're doing because clearly it isn't fucking working.
I can see that.
That's all I can. That's the only thing I can think of why even Punk has the freedom to say what he said this week, and the weeks going forward. Because Punk's basically like the spokesperson for Fox, saying "fucking change your shit," and Fox doesn't seem to be backing down from this. So and Punk will never back down. But yeah, no, that's the only thing I can think of why he was even considering this in the first place, is because Fox wanted to show off, dude, you guys need to change your shit. This is not fucking working. Raw and SmackDown's ratings are dwindling week to week. This shit needs to fucking change.
So let's go. I'll go through his appearances. So, he doesn't actually. So we had the show. It was hosted by Renee Young, Booker T, Ember Moon for the beginning portion, and Paige. CM Punk wasn't on until like maybe halfway through it because I think they wanted like that hook to kind of keep people watching. And he actually has like an exclusive interview with Renee Young, and basically he just talks about like why he's back and everything. And basically, he says that basically he hasn't talked to anybody with WWE. He still wants to be the voice of the voiceless. He's back because he sees a way to kind of change pro wrestling using this platform, which we'll see how well that goes. And he kind of talks about things that he likes about the product and things that he doesn't like about the product. He said that there's a lot.
I'll tell you this right now. Punk. I admire your what's the word I'm looking for? Your tenacity to try to change it. I admire Fox's tenacity to try to change the creative. Good fucking luck.
Yeah.
I'm saying good luck. You know how long that podcasters like us have been trying to fucking get them to change their shit? Like you take all the viewership from all the podcasts combined. It equates to the viewership that you have on Backstage. They're not gonna fucking change.
Yeah.
They're just not gonna change.
But then continuing, he also goes through saying that, he has a bit of free will to kind of say whatever he wants since he has nobody to answer to in WWE, so he's not going to get in trouble for saying things, which is good. Which is why I really don't want him to like sign with WWE, because then that's going to go away once he signs.
The minute he signs with WWE, that's going to go away. So I apologize for now, but if he does do it again, and everybody has reason to believe he'll do it again, I'm so skeptical. I'm gonna fucking eviscerate him.
I'm so skeptical, because it's still and he also
it's a WWE show. Like, here's the deal. I don't see what the point of this is. Like, honest to God, what are they gonna get out of this? Because WWE's fucking stubborn. Vince is a stubborn prick. I don't understand what they think bringing Phil Brooks back into the fold to pretty much bash them at every turn is going to do to get them to change your shit. I really don't understand how that's going to accomplish anything.
Right. But continuing, then he even answers if he ever is going to wrestle again. He says he's 41, and he says he doesn't want to say yes, but he doesn't want to say no, but,
Say no.
Yeah.
Seriously. Say no. I'm totally fine with you being in this role if it means that you're not going back to WWE in any capacity. I'm fine with that. I don't know, man. Like this, to me, I'm just thinking to myself, as I'm hearing him talk, because he's talking about it, because Renee asks him, what do you think of the WWE now since you've been gone for all this time? And he talks about how bad the creative is, which is true. It's so bad. It's the main roster's creative has been the worst it's ever been, and the only show he likes is NXT.
Yep.
Which, no shit. I mean, this has been the complaint from every podcaster for months and years. This is nothing new, which is great that he's saying it, because a guy of his caliber saying it, maybe we'll finally give some validity to it, but somehow I doubt that. And not to mention the fact WWE wasn't happy. It was reported they weren't happy, and I'm sure they weren't. Why the fuck would you put Renee Young in that position?
Yeah.
Why? Why would you put her in that position? Why would you put Paige and Booker and all these guys in the position of just them getting the blowback from this? Because you need somebody to punish. Because instead of, working your creative problems out, let's just take you out on the wrong people. And you've proven that time and time again over the years.
Absolutely. But continuing, he does promo class with David Arquette, and basically he gave him an F-, which was great. I thought that was awesome. It was funny. he said, David Arquette tried to insult his UFC career, but really didn't go there. And CM Punk was like, he really should have gone all the way with it. So that was quite awesome. He gave feedback about because basically he was like the host the rest of the show. He gave feedback on like apparently, since I wasn't watching the main roster, there was like a segment on SmackDown where like King Corbin brought out Roman Reigns, but it was like a mascot of a dog. And
we don't talk about that. Yeah, I've heard about that too.
He gave his thoughts on that. I think you know what he probably said.
It was shit. 10. Fuck it.
Kind of, pretty much.
10 out of 10. We'll never watch again.
Then he talks about Seth Rollins, about how he should get off Twitter. And
I saw. So Punk basically says Seth needs to learn how to use social media. And if he's not going to use social media, just fucking stop tweeting.
Yep.
I love that because holy shit. And by the way, so Steve messaged me.
Like privately?
Yeah. Which, by the way, I think I know why Steve isn't showing up anymore. Because unless it's Raw or SmackDown, fuck it, right? He messages me. He's like, James, I know you're not cool with Raw right now, but you should watch what they did in the opening segment. I'm like, let me guess. They turned Seth Rollins heel because there was no other option to go with him? Yep.
Yeah.
Why do I need to watch?
I saw in the chat too. He posted best heel turn ever or something like that. It's like
my ass.
Yeah,
my ass.
So
you know how many better heel turns I've seen? Stone Cold's was better than this, and that was bad for business too. And yeah. I would go as far as to say Stone Cold's was more impactful.
Are we literally gonna
best heel turn my ass?
I don't know. I have no interest in really seeing that. Like Seth
I don't care anymore. Like even it's to the point now where it's like, why would I watch after Survivor Series?
Yeah.
They already showed you what brand is superior.
Especially, too, because it's like, Seth as a heel, I think he's just going to be just as lame as a heel as a babyface. Like,
there's no difference. There really is not going to be a difference. What was the difference between when he was basically turning heel himself?
Yeah. And now
he opened his mouth, he turned into an unprofessional fuck, and now no one gives a shit. No one will give a shit.
And he proved that right after CM Punk said stay off Twitter, because of course, I think everyone, let's be honest, it's not even a surprise anymore. Seth responded, of course.
Seth responded in not only Twitter, but podcast too. I think he called out Punk.
And now everyone thinks it's going to be like a WrestleMania match, but I think it's just Seth
Rollins. No, and I don't want to see that.
I think it's just Seth Rollins just being unprofessional. That's what it is.
Punk comes back. The only match I want to see him in with is Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's the only thing that will draw my attention.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't want to see him back in the ring in WWE. I just don't. If he were in AEW, totally different story. So many people he could work with, so many people that he could put over, so many people that he could elevate.
Yeah.
I don't see that in WWE because their creative is trash, which he has rightfully pointed out in this segment and the segment we mentioned previously. So I don't care. I don't want to see Rollins versus Punk. It's dead and buried at this point. 2 years ago, before Seth Rollins buried himself, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Not now.
So then
care now.
Then he ends by doing like promos on like Twitter from people. That was quite good.
Oh my god, yeah. Who was the guy he fucking just eviscerated?
Some celebrity, I think.
He just unloaded on him.
Yeah.
Punk still has it, man. He still fucking has it.
And there's a reason the ratings went up, because Punk was all over this show and he was awesome the whole show. Like,
yeah, as he should, as the ratings should.
So now I'm raising my stipulations. I will watch backstage just for CM Punk alone. Like,
only for Punk. I'm not watching if he's not on.
Yeah.
Like, I'm honestly not gonna watch if he's not on.
And only segments he's there for. We're not grading it. We're not gonna grade it because
it was a good show.
Yeah.
Just thumbs up show, but yeah. I don't know what this is gonna accomplish long term.
Yeah.
Like, again, if we've been complaining, what the fuck makes you think that Vince is going to listen to anything Fox or Punk has to say?
Exactly.
You know, I
mean, I don't really care because I'm just gonna get some nice enjoyment out of it. So
yeah. I don't know. I will too, but I want to point that out, like, because people are like, finally the WWE is going to change because Fox is forcing them. They ain't going to fucking change. What the fuck makes you think they're going to change?
Yeah.
Like, honestly, God.
Now let's go through NWA Powerrr. The last episode. Alright, so let's do the disclaimer. We already talked about a situation that happened on the show last episode, so we're not going to say anything else about it. It happened, so
we already said our piece on it. You know, we said fuck Jim Cornette for it, and that's all that needs to be said. So
yes. Alright, so let's go through episode 7. We will say, though, as a disclaimer, whatever grade we give this show, it's going down 2 letter grades because of that, though.
Yeah.
So I'll say the letter
as it should.
I'll say the letter grade like that it gets, but then it's going down 2. So,
yeah.
I think this might be, and it's going to be like that for a few until Cornette's off commentary, pretty much.
Yep.
All right, so we have this episode was called "The Phoenix Rises." I believe it was because someone returned on this show. So there you go. No, I think it's because of the question mark. I think.
Yes, it is. Well, it basically was a return.
Yeah.
He returned.
All right, so then we had the commentary team of Jim Cornette and Joe Galley. We already talked about that. We had reactions to episode 6. So I always like seeing those. It shows a video package of everything going on with basically Camille. Pretty much, that's basically what everything is centered around right now. We have an intro. It was new this week. I noticed they added.
By the way, I don't know if this is true or not, but I saw somebody like posted on a group page that apparently Camille sells feet pics on the side. What?
I think I heard about that. Yeah.
What the fuck?
All right, so take us take us through David Marquez's interview with Nick Aldis.
So it was good. I'm going to be honest. I'm so blanking on the interview now just because of it. But basically, he said he wanted to give Trevor Murdoch a chance because, you know, everybody's gunning for him. Everybody's gunning for the real world champion. I know they also mentioned Camille as well. David Marquez trying to bring up Camille.
Yeah, it's the same thing like where he tries to get like, you know, Nick Aldis to say like what's going on with Camille, but you know he won't. It's the same thing Joe Galley was doing.
Camille.
Huh?
Why can't people just let Camille be Camille? Like that's the one thing I'm noticing about this is like why can't we just let Camille do her thing?
Yeah.
Just leave her alone.
I'll be honest though, I fell out of the promo because the second he brought up Trevor Murdoch and the match was coming, I'm like, I know what's about to happen. Like,
yeah.
So I did like.
But anyway, but in fairness, so Aldis does say, at the end of the day, you may not be able to beat me, and the crowd booed, and you know, it was basically kind of like it was a backhanded compliment, and he said, but I'm willing to give you a shot at the world championship. The title's not on the line. But if you could beat me, who knows what could happen in the future. So, goes in the ring.
Yes, this match is an exhibition. So, I think Aldis is not necessarily a heel, but I think it's going in that direction.
I mean, we all know where this is leading to. I mean, the wild card and all this are going to be like one, you know, super faction.
Yeah.
With Camille at the helm. So, that's what I think is happening here.
So, we have the match. Trevor Murdoch, you know, actually looks fairly strong in the match.
Shit. Yeah, he was like all over this fucking match.
He hits the superplex, he hits the bulldog from the middle turnbuckle, but Nick Aldis gets his foot on the ropes, and he goes for a drop kick to the knee, but Aldis is a bit too far, and he turns it into the sharpshooter. You know, Trevor Murdoch taps out, but Aldis still keeps the move on like an extra 5 seconds. and then he had
and that was because Murdoch kicked the middle rope into Aldis's crotch as well. Yep. So that was a little payback for that.
And afterwards, he does shake his hand in a sign of respect. So
he said, "You're a crafty bastard. I respect you."
Yep, the match was good. I would give it 3, but because of the commentary in this match, especially one specific line, it's going down to 2 3/4. I'm not putting it down 2 because that's not fair to the athletes, but it is going to go down to 2 3/4 toes. So
yeah. I mean, we already know what the comment is, so there you
go. So you could still kind of hear it too if you listen real close.
Yeah, because of course.
But yeah.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like you get it was a good match, good promo before it. So there you go.
All right, so then we have David Marquez interview Rock and Roll Express, and they were awesome out there.
They were fucking great, tremendous. They were just basically going wild, like they want the NWA World Tag Team titles, and it's great because awesomeness. Yeah, I want to see them win the belts. So there you go.
They want to be 9-time champions, and then Wild Card do come up. They actually don't even call. I don't know if Ricky Morton screwed up, but he actually calls them the Wildcats. I don't know if he screwed up or if he did that on purpose.
The Wildcats. Wildcats everywhere.
I like to think he did it on purpose, though.
Just to fucking Wildcats.
But yeah, Wild Card do come out, and Tom Latimer and Royce Isaac. Tom Latimer basically talks about how
I'm just gonna call them. I know we don't call them Bram, but if I don't, because those names, I love the irony of this because I don't know if you've noticed. So you know how like Fabian Eichner and Marcel Barthel, they have the team. So here's the thing: those names are at least repeated enough to the point where you remember and you're engaged with those characters.
Yeah.
Right. So the thing that I find ironic is on commentary, and this is not just a Cornette thing, this is a Galley thing too. They don't say their names enough. I don't know how. I don't remember off the top of my head what their actual names are going to be. So until you fix that problem, I'm calling them Bram and Royce. Because I don't know how to. I genuinely don't remember half the time because you don't repeat it enough. Not to mention the fact your commentary volume is abysmal. Fix it. I've been on your ass about this since episode goddamn 1. Fix it.
I'll give them a pass this week because I wondered if they had it low because of the controversy from this episode. No,
because that's one thing that you could easily mute. That's one thing you could easily mute. Everything else, you need to up that fucking volume on commentary. I can't hear it. I cannot hear it.
You would think too, Billy Corgan, like working in the music business and stuff, would know that more than like anyone.
Anybody, exactly, anybody. And I don't think it's him doing this. I think it's David Lagana. Lagana, fix your shit, please. I need to hear what the hell's saying because I can't hear what they're saying half the time, especially when the crowd is going nuts and they hit a slam on the slam on the canvas should not drown out commentary at a crucial point.
Yeah, especially too. I get it's supposed to be like a studio show, but I feel like the crowd they have to lower the crowd noise a bit too because
100%. Why is the crowd and the slams on the mat that fucking loud? What the hell? Yeah.
I feel like it's bad too because it's not. These are the tag team champions that they're not repeating their names too. It's not like it's some Joe. Yeah,
schmo. It's not just some Joe schmo. It's Bram and Isaacs are the tag team champions.
Yeah. But anyhow, Tom Latimer says, pretty much that they're not going to lose the NWA World's Tag Team Championships to the Rock and Roll Express, and they're going to be champions forever because they were a makeshift tag team that destroyed everybody. Then Camille comes out. No, actually Camille doesn't come out. He gets asked about Camille, and basically he doesn't.
Just friends.
Yeah, and that's it.
There you go.
Nothing more. I liked it though.
More, nothing less.
I thought very good stuff though. Continuing like what's going on with Camille storyline. So
yeah, I agree.
So this was weird. It was actually not cringe, but it was weird. We have a Andy, and you can go through it because you have to remember this. Andy Anderson promo tape from 1979.
Oh my god.
What was this?
I don't know. I don't even know how to even describe this. Like, maybe you probably know how to better describe this better than I can. I remember what happened and I can't fucking explain it.
I can't even like explain it. Just go watch it.
This was something. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
These ads are getting weirder and weirder every week.
I know, yeah. I don't know if they're just doing this for fun or if they're doing this for.
I mean, I assume so.
I think it's like the guy's like freaking out or something, working out, saying he's gonna like he's gonna train to be the best wrestler. I don't even know, like. Cringe.
Cringe, absolute cringe.
I bet though, if you would go back to NWA 1979, this promo was not there. So,
just saying, like, what the hell? I don't even think there's real ads.
Huh?
I don't even think they're real ads.
Oh, they're not. Yeah.
That's so weird.
Whatever though. It was. I mean, I was entertained by it. So
I was entertained. It was just confusing.
Yeah. All right. So then we have next a match, but that has, believe it or not, the most over thin in NWA, and I never thought that I would say this. It's Ricky Starks versus the Question Mark with Colt Cabana on commentary.
Holy shit! So let me. I gotta point out the hypocrisy because I love this gimmick. For the record, this is not a shot on the gimmick. This gimmick's hilarious.
Yeah,
everything about this gimmick is fucking hysterical, and the guy can actually wrestle too. I'm highly convinced it's Josephus.
I'm convinced.
I think it's Josephus.
I think it's because it sounds like him when he like does.
It's gotta be. It's absolutely gotta be Josephus. And dude, I swear to God, I was shitting on this guy. Don't fucking get rid of this mask, dude. Stick with this.
This is great.
Run with it, dude. This was amazing. So, this is hysterical. Everything about this gimmick. I find it apropos that Cornette hates gimmicks like Orange Cassidy, but this is okay.
Yeah.
Like, what? What?
This was fantastic.
This is amazing. I guarantee you he's gonna talk shit about the Question Mark eventually. It's gonna happen now that he's
out of the company. Yeah.
But I don't understand how. Like, you can't. Just let wrestling be wrestling, man. But no, this was so fun. Yeah. And I don't know, like. He just got a massive reaction. I don't even think this may have been the loudest reaction of the whole night.
I don't even think they expected him to get as big as reaction as he did either. Like, I think he just naturally got over.
He got over. He naturally, yeah.
One noticeable thing I want to talk about with this match is it's the first time we see it. Ricky Starks hits a torpe suicida in this match, which is like the first time anyone in NWA's done that. So,
he's the only one to do a dive.
Yeah. Then Aaron Stevens comes up out of nowhere, and attacks him. So I guess I'd be a hypocrite because literally WWE did the same storyline where the guy quit and came back the next week. So we gotta complain about it here, I guess, because Aaron Stevens basically.
Yeah, I didn't understand that. Like, why did you even film the Why did you even film the segment?
Yeah.
If he was just gonna come back the next week, that made no sense to me.
But I don't even care because it led to some great. So, the Question Mark and Ricky Starks are attacking him, and Colt Cabana doesn't do anything. And I actually kind of like the reason he gives, like, well, he's so cocky, he thinks he can handle this himself. Let's see if he can handle this himself. I actually liked it. And eventually, I think it just gets to be too much, and Colt Cabana comes over and fends him off with the championship.
Then Stevens and him are doing a taunt off. Yeah. Steven gets the boos and Mark gets the cheers, and I'm like,
make them a tag team. Like,
Jesus Christ. So we're just. How apropos is it that Mizdow was getting cheered and then Miz was getting booed, and now he's the one on the fence getting booed. Like, what the hell?
wait. Please. I mean, they should be a tag. Like, they really should be a tag team. Like, they would play off so well with each other. Like,
oh yeah, 100%.
This match was good. I give it 3 stars, but as a segment, it's like 5. Like,
yeah. This was a great segment.
Yeah.
A segment.
Give Question Mark a championship. He doesn't have to be the champ, but give him a championship match. Like,
yeah, I agree.
Then we had the next thing. You could talk about this. It's Jim Cornette and Joe Galley interview Eli Drake.
Oh, boy. Cornette's all over the show. Fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So Eli Drake comes out and he's like, "Let me talk to you." And he's starting to, cut a promo about how, he thinks Nick Aldis is ducking him and all this, and he does. There's only one man that deserves the championship and a shot at the championship. That's Eli, and there's only one man. Crowd starts chanting question mark, and then he brings back the dummy catchphrase.
Yeah.
That's what a bunch of dummies from Atlanta like to talk about. Is the question mark. That was great. Booed him immediately, and then he's like, the only person that deserves a championship match is Eli Drake. I love that.
Yeah.
So fucking... Dude, he goes to AEW or WWE, or specifically NXT. He's a fucking star.
Absolutely.
He's a fucking mega star. But yeah, he's great on the mic here. Thumbs up, good shit.
He also
I don't remember everything about this because it's been so long now since I watched it. But
he also says that people are starting to make too much noise, so, like Ken Anderson, and
oh my god, yeah. And then Anderson comes up.
No, before that, Then Anderson comes up, and Anderson says, he talks about too how Anderson like wrestled all over the world, and his wrestling career has amounted to nothing pretty much. And Anderson talks about how he's wrestled basically everywhere, not just in the big stages, but also in the local stages. And he wants to fight him right now. And Eli Drake says, "Oh, you want to fight me right now? I'm not a hard man to find." Which obviously, every time someone says that, I immediately go to Impact. So,
Yep.
Just go look up "I'm Not a Hard Man to Find" on YouTube, TNA, and you'll know what I'm talking about. So,
I need to see this.
Yeah.
Was this a recent thing, or was this like old time TNA?
This was when Scott Steiner was attacking Matt Morgan, and he screams to him, I'm not a hard
man to find. I'm not a hard man to find.
So eventually,
some bitch, what you want?
Ken Anderson challenges him to a match right now, and Eli Drake accepts. And Eli Drake, though, takes his jacket off, he attacks him, he throws him into the post, and he grabs
God. He turns full on heel here.
To which
he takes a fucking turnbuckle and brutalizes Anderson with it. Like,
well, it wasn't a turnbuckle, it was like the tool that
that hooks up the turnbuckle in the post, yeah.
Yeah.
And just brutalizes him. Absolutely brutalizes him with this turnbuckle.
I do want to say another bad quote is Eli Drake says, Jim Cornette says a quote here where he says, "How could a man say and do such despicable things?" And, kind of really hard to hear them say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're already there, huh?
And we had a Crimson appearance because he
he was security.
Yeah.
So he went back to his original position.
Yeah.
From Impact when he first showed up. He's just back to being security. Okay.
But I like this segment. I think they're gonna have a match at the pay-per-view, and it would be
the Fire.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. What did you think of this?
It was good. I enjoyed it. It was very, very good. Great segment here where just Eli Drake turns full on heel and brutalizes Ken Anderson. Can't wait for the match.
Yes.
There you go.
Then we had the next match. It was this was supposed to be the main event, but after what happened with Ricky Starks and Question Mark, a tag team match between Ricky Starks and Colt Cabana versus Question Mark and Aaron Stevens got made.
Yes.
So I bet the women were mad because they were supposed to have the first ever women's main event in NWA, and Question Mark ruined all of that for them. So,
God damn it, you fat slob.
So, it's Marty Bell and Thunder Rosa versus Allison Kay and Ashley Fox. I don't really understand why Allison Kay is the babyface, really, just because she doesn't really act like a babyface. Like, everything about her just screams heel to me. Like,
such a bitch.
Yeah.
I think she's like the person you don't even want to be with. I have no idea how she is in real life, but if this is her being a babyface, God, holy, I would never want to actually be near her or take a picture. I feel like
the biggest takeaway I took with this match is I think Alicia Vox is a lesbian because she had the lesbian flag. The LGBT flag.
Yeah, that's fine, whatever.
I just
good for you.
The match is pretty good. Ashley Kay and Alicia Vox. Ashley Vox all come out, and Allison Kay wants to get her hands immediately on everybody. And I think I actually like this. Ashley Vox says, "I'm going to start this match," because I think she realizes you're too emotional for this right now. So she gets jumped from behind, and Marty Bell and Thunder Rosa get the heat for a pretty decent long time on Ashley Vox, and then Allison Kay gets the hot tag on Thunder Rosa, and she starts taking her out, but she's not really much of a hot tag. She just comes in and just starts doing moves. And then from the crowd, we see Melina.
Which was a shock and a half to me.
Yeah.
What the hell here?
I don't think she's been... I know she was at Raw Reunion, but I don't think she's been, really relevant, really in the wrestling business all that much, other than that. So
there you go.
And she comes out, and she doesn't really provide a distraction. Allison Kay just sees her and tells her to go away. So it's just really Allison Kay kind of being a bitch that causes her to lose.
Dude, how... I don't think they realize, Allison should be the heel because she's just a
bitch.
Evil. She's so... It's like she's getting what's coming to her. She treated Marty Bell like a bitch. She treated Ashley Vox like one. I remember that promo. This was one of the few things I ranted about, how she buried Ashley Vox. She hasn't been the same since.
Honestly, Brandy Rhodes has more of a reason to be a heel right now than she does.
Yeah, which is pretty sad. This is stupid. In a sense that distracted her, and I'm just glad that the three. I'm calling them babyfaces. They're the fucking babyfaces here.
Yeah.
That's just it.
Thunder Rosa wins with a roll up, the most devastating move in all of professional wrestling. And afterwards, the heels beat down the faces, but it's in my eyes, the face is Melina.
The only face in this that was getting beat down was Ashley Vox, and she what is she turned into, a fucking jobber now?
Yeah, exactly. So
mainly because of the bitch that we're beating up primarily.
Yeah.
Oh,
she gets laid out with
too bad.
The double stop right across the back. So the match is pretty good. I gave it 3 1/4. The quarter's for the return of Melina, but the women's division just kind of seems off. They need to switch the roles of Allison Kay being the heel and Marty Bell being the face.
This group needs to be just the baby faces, to be honest, because what the...
Yeah.
Seriously, Allison Kay was treating everybody like a bitch.
Yeah. All right, next, and more cringe. Austin Idol vignette, and he has this drink called Kayfabe, liquor or something like that.
Jesus, yeah. So, Jesus Christ.
No, I think it's Kayfabe vodka.
Kayfabe cocktail.
Yeah.
It was called.
I even love one of the lines is like, "Don't tell me, I can't tell you what it tastes like, because then it ruins the cave." Because no, then
my god, it was so bad.
What is this?
My god.
What is this guy doing? What is this? What are the get?
Like, he had his one vignette, which was an actual vignette for his school, and then ever since, it's like he's gone. Like, Austin Idol's just going through a midlife crisis. Is like, I got like 5 more in the can that aren't for anything in particular, but they're funny. Use them. Like,
what is going on?
Like, I'm half expecting him at one point. He's just gonna be naked. And like we're gonna like they're gonna have a black bar, and it's like, Austin, put your clothes on. He's like, shut up, and drunk off the kayfabe cocktail.
Yeah.
Shut up. I'm fine. No, you need to go to rehab. Shut up.
It reminds me of that segment in Impact when, even though I hated the group, when they were doing the funeral for Aces and Eights, and Samoa Joe was passing out.
That's an all-time classic segment.
When Samoa Joe was passing out the beverages, and he wants to hand one to Kurt Angle, he's like, "Yeah, probably not."
Eric Young's just crying. Why are you crying? I don't know.
And then, but I think that this one especially, he goes to hand a beer to Kurt Angle, and this was like right when he like had to go to rehab. He was like, "Nah, probably not at best. You're in recovery," pretty much. Like,
oh fuck! Oh my god!
Can Austin Idol just be that? Like,
he is that already.
Yeah.
Oh my god! And you remember too, Bully Ray went straight up full on emo because his group died.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right.
Oh my lord.
Then we had the main event, not the show, so you can stay. You don't have to go sleep.
Yeah, right.
It's Ricky Starks and Cole Cabana versus Question Mark and Aaron Stevens. This was awesome. Aaron Stevens comes out and he has this blue scarf on like the whole match, and he's wrestling in jeans and like a long sleeve like sweatshirt. Like,
I love the continuity for that because they weren't expected to have he wasn't even expected to have a match.
Yeah, and he comes out and he's getting booed, and he's like, and then when Question Mark comes out, Question Mark gets cheered, and Aaron Stevens thinks he's getting cheered. He's like, "Okay, you guys are finally starting to come around," and then eventually when he sees that it's Question Mark, he's like, "Oh, so you're gonna cheer for him over me?" Then he does a thing where he puts his hands up, the crowd boos, and then Question Mark puts his hands up, the crowd cheers. Ricky Starks immediately tries to go after Aaron Stevens, and I love Aaron Stevens. He's like, "We have rules, we have rules!" Like,
this is the best.
And this was so great. Anytime when Ricky Starks did any type of offense on Question Mark, the crowd booed. And anytime they did offense on Starks,
offense on Sandow, they cheered.
Yeah. Then when Cole Cabana gets tagged in at one point to do offense on Question Mark, he's even like, "Don't boo me now," and then he gets chopped, and then there's like somewhat of a cheer. He's like, "Okay, good." Like, it was great. He high fives the ref, which should be a disqualification because you shouldn't be touching the refs. Enough of that. Then the heels, heel/babyface get the heat on Ricky Starks, and I love this because they're going back and forth where like Aaron Stevens is trying to like do all of the Question Mark's moves, but the crowd just boos anytime he gets into the match. And then when the Question Mark would get tagged back in and do the same moves, he would get massively cheered. That was fantastic.
Oh my god, this is great. Just this whole Question Mark gimmick is the best.
Jim Cornette said on commentary that like during commercial we didn't really know, like throughout this whole thing we didn't really know where he was from, and apparently he's from like some like some country like in Pine-New, I don't even know, like because it like ties into like
because that was the whole Who's the Mark vignette was about, like he was near a volcano training or whatever the fuck.
So that's like the name. I think the name of his finisher is the whatever the name of the volcano was, spiked.
Because it was like.
Then eventually Colt Cabana gets the hot tag on Question Mark. He still gets cheered. And then Ricky Starks gets tagged back in, and they do a German suplex like Slim Blade combination. Which I don't really like. Ricky Starks Slim Blade, but it's because I've seen so many other people do it better that his isn't as good as in comparison. And Question Mark hits the spike, whatever the name of the volcano is, spike, and Aaron Stevens tags himself in and takes the win for himself. And the crowd booed when Aaron Stevens took the credit for the win. This really should be a tag. This really should be a tag team. Like they should put these two together. It would be awesome. Like you could get a lot.
Yeah, this is just fucking entertaining, to be honest. Everything about this whole group is entertaining.
Afterwards, they even get on the mic and say that Aaron Stevens is back and with a vengeance or something. And Question Mark is just going nuts. And we think the show is gonna go off the air. Like David Marquez is signing us off. And then you can take us through this. Then James Storm comes out.
I don't remember everything about this. I just remember he went nuts.
He basically is upset that Nick Aldis isn't defending the championship. He's just having an exhibition match. He's talking about how Colt Cabana isn't defending his championship. He's wasting his time having matches with people like Question Mark, which got him booed. And he talks about how when he was in, NWA National Champion, he defended that championship all the time, which is bullshit, but he's a heel, so you see that type of stuff.
Is he a heel, though? That's what I questioned as I was watching it. Are you a heel or face?
I think he's supposed to be a heel. And then he says he's the man in a world championship match, or he'll do bad things if he doesn't get that title match. And Camille comes out, and she doesn't actually say anything, but she whispers something in his ear and walks away, and James Storm says, sorry about your damn luck. So he probably has a world championship match at NWA Into the Fire, which obviously makes sense. I think that's the match you go with Nick Aldis.
What the hell? Why did Camille have to just come out and whisper?
Maybe it
wasn't for a championship match. She's like, come to my bedroom. I'll massage you with my feet.
Even though she already has a boyfriend or a fiance or whatever, husband.
Well, maybe they wanted the menage a trois. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, RVD's got 2 girlfriends. Why can't she have 2 boyfriends? So no one's stopping her.
Wait, is it her fiance does or Storm does?
Didn't you say RVD has 2 girlfriends?
Oh yeah, Van Dam, yeah.
So I'm saying, why can't she have 2 boyfriends? So it's a free country. So
ironically enough, I think her and Katie Forbes had a match recently too on some indie fed show.
But that was NWA Power from last week. So let's go through the letter grade. So I really enjoyed this show. Without the Cornette thing, it gets an A-. With the Cornette thing, it's going down to a B. So there you go.
No, for me. Well, no, because we said 2 letter grades, right?
Well, I gave it an A-, and look to
that goes down to a B. That's not 2 letter grades.
Also B- then.
That's 1 letter grade, technically. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. I know why we're doing that. Okay, so that makes sense. Okay, yeah. So yeah, B-. Yep. Yeah. Or, I'm sorry, B.
Yeah, B.
B for me. Yeah, just because that comment. But yeah, no, it's still a good show. Try to ignore the fucking bullshit with Cornette, although it's really hard to because he's all over this goddamn show.
Yeah.
But
So wait, so the B's including you dropping it?
Yeah, it's 2 letter grades, so that means
it
would get 1 letter grade's B plus, another one's B. So
all right, now let's go through AEW Doc.
Yes.
This one we're gonna go over just an overview because Dynamites and such has happened since then. So This episode this was also episode 7. And this was called Nashville, Tennessee. Because they were in Nashville, Tennessee.
In case you couldn't know.
Yeah.
In case you can't read.
We had the host of Tony Schiavone and Dasha Gonzalez.
Dasha's just there to look pretty, isn't she? Is that the whole gimmick?
Yeah, she's not bad at it though, but like, you know, I bet
she's not a good co-host. I have to point it out now because it's like she's too happy.
Yeah.
But if I maybe that's the I never thought I'd criticize like like someone for being too happy, but like
yeah.
What the hell? I don't know. Like, she's just there smiling the whole time, and she's like, "Oh, I wonder what's gonna happen next." I'm like,
yeah.
Come on. Like, you gotta. What happens if she's gotta be sad? Like, I don't think she could ever be sad. Oh, somebody got attacked. Oh, I'm sorry. With a big smile on her face.
We find out it was just her all along that did it too. Like,
it was me, Schiavone. It was me all along, Schiavone.
Then we had the commentary team of. I like how they.
She joins the inner circle. Jericho, why is she so happy? Because she got a little bit of the bubbly. If you get right. Fuck. That's horrible.
Then we had the commentary team. I like how they change up the commentary team for this show every week. It's always Excalibur and somebody else.
Yeah, thank God they started doing that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Although, I gotta tell you, I'm not in favor of who they chose.
Yeah, Dustin Rhodes.
Not because it's because I love Dustin, but oh my God, he was...
He was such a meme. He was just being a meme out there. Like,
all the time. Being a meme. Up until the final match, he got a little bit better, but like, oh man, he was rough.
He was like,
God, he was like a grandpa out there.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Alright, then we had like I'll go through examples. Like, there'd be times people would do a move, and he's like, so you know, Excalibur, what is this? What do you think this does to people? Like he's quizzing Excalibur and like his knowledge of like what moves are supposed to do to people and stuff like that. And
like, dude, chill.
Yeah.
Like, why are you asking him this?
I don't know. To be honest with you, though, I wasn't offended by it. I was just laughing. Like,
I was just laughing. There was at one point they were mentioning Goldust gimmick.
Yeah,
like just like turn into dust. He was just like making dad jokes the whole broadcast.
Yeah.
And I'm like, stop it. Dustin Rhodes, if you're out there and you're somehow watching this, stop it. Just stop it.
Hopefully this was a 1 week thing.
Please. I was trying to get into the match and I'm like, I can't stop laughing at his fucking shitty jokes.
Alright, so the first match was Private Party versus Best Friends with Orange Cassidy ringside. The best thing that I remember the most of this match is Orange Cassidy posing with Private Party, and he just doesn't care. So,
dude, he there was at one point where Excalibur said he literally has no emotion to absolutely everything, and then he's just indifferent to absolutely everything, to which Goldust, or I'm sorry, now because he mentioned the Goldust gimmick so many times, to which Dustin replied, I strive one day to be Orange Cassidy.
I think he was on this show.
He was close to it.
He wanted to like get invited to
the party. Yes, to the private party.
And Excalibur asked him, so do you go there?
You're gonna wear the face paint? He's like, nah, man, this is my war paint, man.
And then
Excalibur's like, hope you're not going to war with me.
And then Dustin Rhodes says, well, maybe I am gonna go to war with you. It's just so weird.
What the fuck is going on?
But Private Party, no. Best Friends win with Swan Zero. Why not? I thought the match. I don't
remember anything because all I remember is these two fucking
clowning
jaw
around.
jacking back and forth the whole time.
The match was great, though. I gave it 4 stars. The only thing I didn't understand now, seeing a Dynamite, is why Private Party kind of lost, because it kind of didn't make any sense now thinking about it. Because yeah,
I guess because they want to give the W to the best of friends.
Yeah. All right, so I mean, they're our best friends. They hug, they chill with Orange Cassidy, so why not? So
yeah, there you go. They're the best
all right, then we had Big Swole and Chris Statlander, who was making her debut, versus Britt Baker, DMD, and Riho. I really can't tell how good Chris Statlander was because she's wrestling.
There were some moves that she did that were very, very, very impressive. So yes, sign her. But yeah, most of it I can't remember now because all I remember is Dustin and Excalibur again.
Yeah.
Just again. Stupid dad. This is where the dad jokes were becoming unbearable, by the way.
DMD and Riho win when Britt Baker does the lockjaw, so that makes sense. I was fine with that. This we got to go through in depthly because of who's in it. So, from undesirable to undeniable with Justin Roberts.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
So, God, this was a risky one because it is AEW programming using a picture when he was in WWE. I know it was probably from a fan, but still, they used that explaining a story.
Especially since right now Vince is taking them to court, so that's also why it's risky.
Yeah. Dude, they got no chance.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? They got no fucking chance. Look at the legal litigations of it, and like WWE's got no fucking chance.
Yeah.
So there you go. But yeah, no, it was a fun little vignette going over the history of Justin Roberts, of how he just after he left WWE, he was doing all these things because he felt undesirable after he got let go from his original job, which was WWE.
Yeah.
I think how long ago was that? Back in 2015?
He said like 4 years, yeah.
So yeah, that was sad. But yeah, no, he was doing. I didn't even realize this. He was doing announcing for mixed martial arts and arm wrestling and what was it, slap fighting or whatever the fuck.
Just like a bunch of sports you wouldn't expect him to do announcing for, pretty much.
Yeah, because he's Justin Roberts and he's great. And so he realized it wasn't until he said it wasn't until he saw Being the Elite, like what these guys were doing, and then he got hired by AEW pretty much. Yeah. And that's how he basically talked about how he went from undeniable because he's doing what he loves to do now and doing great at it, mind you.
Yeah.
He's fucking great. I love Justin Roberts. He's such a good ring announcer. And yeah, motherfucker, let him be happy.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he thinks he can be ready to be a sex offender. Let him be fucking happy, you prick.
Yeah.
Christ. But yeah, no, he's enjoying himself now, and I'm happy for Justin.
Same.
The story.
I love these undesirable, undeniable things, too.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they're only going to do it for, like, guys that, like, we really won't know. Like, I don't expect to see one, like, with Moxley, because doing that would really be a risky one. Oh,
my God, yeah.
Because,
but at this point, I would just do it just to fucking tempt them to do it. Because you never know. You never know how they could get around that. But.
And I'm assuming, I think this one was taped because technically Cody wasn't on, Dynamite at all. This was because supposedly this was because Cody had gotten laid out by Wardlow on like the same show this taped at. So, then the next match they had to tell us basically had happened before a segment. So it was Lindemann and T-Hawk versus the Young Bucks. So they pretty much had to kind of break kayfabe a little bit and say this was filmed before, Matt Jackson got taken out by, Pride and Power.
That's fine. I'm fine with that, though.
So I'm assuming this was like the first match we saw, but they wanted it to be the last match we saw. Yeah, this match was a lot of fun. It was great stuff. I really enjoyed it. I really, just two tag teams going out there and just tearing the house down. The Young Bucks obviously won, but that's obviously by design. It kind of really doesn't make a lot of sense for like
T-Hawk and Lindemann did some fucking great tag wrestling though. Like I want to see more of them on Dynamite. Hopefully they will be. You know what's weird? So they did this whole deal where you had the first round bye, but they have a lot of tag teams they could have used in that tournament.
Yeah, Lindemann and T-Hawk were one of them.
So I mean, I don't know. And they had what were the other two? The fucking team that was that teamed with what's his name, QT Marshall, all that time ago.
The Jobbers, yeah.
Yeah, but they could have used them too. Like they have those guys. They had Lindemann and T-Hawk.
I know because
Santana and Ortiz debuted on time where they could have been in it.
Because the Dark Order, like we talked about before, had to basically go through 2 matches anyways. It
made no sense at the end of the day. I don't know why they could have had. If it were up to me, I would have done a 16-man tournament because I'm a fucking nut job. But that's because I can make that shit work.
Yeah.
But,
all right, so let's go. I forgot to say the star ratings for each of the matches, so I'll just go through it. So, Private Party versus Best Friends got 4 stars.
Because it was great.
The women's tag got 3 3/4, and the main event got 4 1/4.
Yeah. So it was a good episode of Dynamite and Dark.
I thought it was awesome. I gave it an A-, a 94 out of 100. I like that this one was themed too. It was centered around tag team wrestling. So
yeah, I loved it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for tag team wrestling. It actually matters, and it wasn't fucking bullshit tag team wrestling either. So thumbs up. What did you say?
A-, 94 out of 100.
I'm giving it an A. Well, a 94 is an A. It's 93. No, it becomes 93. It becomes an A-.
No, 94 is an A. 95 it becomes an A.
That's bullshit. 94 and 96 should be an A. That makes no sense. 94, 90. I'm pretty sure. At least from they may have changed it now, but
I think they changed.
Wouldn't 94 and 96 be A, and then A- is 93, 92, 91, 90?
Sure, why not? 93. Yeah, 93.
Just change it to that. That's weird. Yeah. I don't like that.
All right, so let's go through the win-loss record.
We already did that. You already did that already. Last episode, remember we counted those wins?
Well, I didn't go through some of them because I didn't go through Big
okay.
Big Swole's 0-4. What a loser you're becoming. Stop that crap.
Jesus Christ.
They
need to actually push Big Swole. I like her.
I already said Britt Baker's. I don't need to say it again. So there you go. All right.
Well, who's the new chick? Who's the new chick?
I'm looking. Oh, well, she's 0-1 because she's new. Because she's only had one.
Yeah.
Lindemann's 0-2. He ain't a loser though because he's only had 2 matches. So.
Yeah. T-Hawk, right?
I think he's 0-3.
Oh. Oh yeah, that's right. Because he had a match before.
Yeah, cause he's 0-3. I don't have it as 0-3, but he's 0-3. Happens.
Hey, next.
Yeah, because I said Pride and Powerful. I said, WeHo. I didn't say WeHo's because she didn't have a match. She wasn't on the last show. And
Britt Baker, right, too?
Well, I said she was on the last show, though, so. She fought a Kushida at Dynamite this week, so. Well, last week.
She pulled double duty?
Yep.
Jeez. Okay.
Oh, I know she did, but remember, Doc,
right.
Yeah. Guess what, though? WeHo's 8-2 now, so she's winning.
Yeah.
She might have. She might have a better. I think she has a better record than Jericho.
She does.
Yeah, because Jericho's 7-1. I guess Jericho's records, I guess. But I have a feeling that's gonna.
Whatever. We said our thing. I mean, win losses and stuff. What we got to do from now on, by the way, every time we're done reviewing a match, we should just say their win-loss records after the fact.
I figured it would be easier because then I don't have because I access the notes via my phone, so I'll probably have to pull it up on my computer too.
So there you go.
All right, so let's go through UK because I don't know how much we're gonna rant about it.
I mean, it was okay, I guess.
Yeah, but I feel like we should end with Impact because I think Impact was the better show. So
yeah, 100%.
So
although there was some bad moments in there, there was terrible moments.
Impact or UK?
Impact.
Yeah. Starting with UK first for November 21st, 2019, episode 70. There were 30 episodes away from 100. I hope they do something big. We have the commentary team of Nigel McGuinness and Tom Phillips. I owe Tom Phillips an apology because he's not as bad as Don Callis.
Oh, we're doing UK? I thought we were doing Impact.
No, we're doing UK.
Okay.
Do you want to use him?
Fine. Just do it.
All right. But yeah, we owe Tom Phillips an apology because you're not as bad as Don Callis. So,
yeah.
They were in I forget the arena now because it's been a bit since I've seen this show, but they were in a new arena for this taping.
They were in Hull, England, I think.
Yeah, I like the
arena.
There you go. I liked the ramp that they had coming to the win.
Finally, they have a fucking ramp.
Yeah, that was cool. So, the first match was Trent Seven versus Kona Reeves. So I have a feeling.
I was shocked by this.
Yeah, Kona Reeves comes out and he immediately just cuts a promo, burying UK, burying the fans, burying Trent Seven, and he calls him a fat slob, pretty much.
They call NXT UK the fat sister of NXT, toothless sister of NXT. Ouch.
Which is what we kind of been calling it lately, but worse.
Yes.
I liked it. I feel like I wonder if they should just move Kona Reeves to UK because he's not.
What else is he gonna do?
Yeah, because he has no way. He's not ready to be on television on USA Weekly, like at all.
No, at all. He's just not.
He has a match with Trent Seven. I thought the match was fine. It did the job it needed to do.
Yeah, 3 stars. Trent Seven won. Lol.
Yeah, I was fine with it though. No real complaints. And then afterwards, he's high-fiving the fans, and then one of the fans ends up being Eddie Dennis, and he looks at him right in the eyes, and it looks like they're gonna do a feud between them, which is like, I guess that's cool. I'm
shocked Eddie Dennis is around.
Yeah,
because I haven't seen him in months.
Well, because he's been injured, so I guess he's back now. But I feel like it's kind of
Eddie Dennis looked skinnier.
Yeah,
I'm the only one that noticed that.
I just think at this point you should be putting Trent Seven out there with the USA NXT crowd. He's way too good to be on this show. Like,
yeah, he's actually above UK.
Yeah, him and Tyler Bate.
The whole British Strong Style faction just moved down there, to be honest.
Yeah. I think the only reason they don't want to do that is because they know, like, they're probably the only ones him and Imperium are the only ones keeping this brand afloat. So,
Yep.
And obviously they're not ending the brand anytime soon, which we'll get to in a second. So Ilya Dragunov has an interview. It sucked.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
He basically gives a lame reason why he didn't join Imperium by saying that because Alexander Wolf makes all his decisions, was making all of his decisions in the Indies pretty much.
I feel like they only did it just so that way they can kill off more of the fucking UK independent scene, because literally Ilya Dragunov and Walter are tag team champions. Now you're making them look stupid by having them as tag team champions.
Yeah, exactly.
Why? Why do that shit?
It's stupid.
It's fucking stupid. I'm not even gonna recite this fucking promo.
Yeah.
They need to do what they did with Roderick Strong, and they have to have him turn on Gallus, because that's the only way they're gonna salvage this. I'm sorry. I don't care what anybody wants to tell me. It's too many members. Fuck you. He deserves to be in this fucking faction because he's an outsider. They're outsiders. Put him in the fucking group. It makes no sense that he's with the fucking Scots, okay? It doesn't make sense.
Especially, too, if him and Walter are the tag team champions in another European promotion, too. Like,
I don't even think that's the only time he's been tag team champions with Galley. I think he's actually a tag team champion with Alexander Wolf also in another promotion. Stop doing this shit.
Yeah.
Fucking just put them together. Like peanut butter and jelly at this point. It makes sense.
Yeah. Then we had an NXT UK Takeover Blackpool announcement. Basically, they're doing another one, which is
I don't care, and I'm not watching it.
Yeah, I might watch it, but like I'm not excited about it because the brand really hasn't been excited enough to like, you know.
Dude, I honest to God, this might be the last one I even do, to be honest, because I'm genuinely I don't care about NXT UK. I think if Noah and you want to do it, that's fine, but I'm overdoing this fucking shit. Because it's like there is a couple weeks where they have great moments, and then there's these fucking the booking's terrible, dude.
Yeah,
it's so bad.
Then we have Jack Stars versus A-Kid. It was a fine showcase match for A-Kid. He wins with an.
They both actually looked really good in this match. So
yeah, there you go. So
it was basically a catch as can kind of contest.
Yeah.
And it was like a struggle. Like they did a lot of wrestling holds, you know, in wrestling. Go figure.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it. A-Kid wins, which obviously makes sense.
Jack Stars is apparently not the jobber I thought he was.
Yeah. Hey, they can make a story out of this where like Jack Stars finally goes for a win. So I'm fine with it. And he already wins because he's living his dream anyways. Like he's not offending anybody. So. Then this offended me. Now look, I know so Ginny and Jazzy Gabba have an interview. I know Ginny is supposed to be a heel, but I pretty much tuned out of the promo after she mentioned that like she.
Yeah, I don't remember a fucking thing she says. All I know is she was talking shit about Rhea Ripley going to America and how she stuck her nose in the business. Paper never stuck her nose in the business. Shut the fuck up. Fucking go away, Heat.
I'll tell you why I laughed at the Rhea Ripley thing, because this is like the same week she's like going up against Shayna Baszler every week.
Yeah, it's not like she's running away from Ginny. Oh, fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know why she ran away from you? Because she had bigger fish to fry.
Yeah.
Fucking moron.
I don't know why.
Who the fuck wrote this?
I don't know why everyone likes Ginny so much. She's
terrible. She's terrible on the microphone, dude.
Yeah.
She may be decent. She's decent in the ring. She is terrible. Absolutely goddamn terrible on the microphone.
Yeah. Bad.
Oh, fuck.
This was awesome. Grizzled Young Veterans have a promo. This was awesome.
This is a great promo. Oh my god, Grizzled Young Veterans get fucking heat for days.
Honestly, I feel like too they should just go to the NXT too. Like,
yes, I agree. Oh my god,
I don't know.
End this UK project. It's fucking stupid. Like everybody that's good that you have on UK, just bring them to fucking NXT. Like
the only thing I don't know though is if Zach Gibson's shtick would get us over in full sale.
Oh, it would. 100% it would. I bet your ass it would.
Maybe they do some. Maybe they. But yeah, he comes out.
Just merge the other championships. So merge the tag team championships and the NXT UK Women's Championship, and then keep the UK Championship solely. Yeah, because you have enough European talent to do this with now. Like, there's no reason you can't have that. 2 hours of mid card belt.
And there's 2 hours of NXT every week now too. So.
Yeah, 100%. Yes. And I'm still waiting on that fucking. I know we had the match already, but I'm still waiting for like some sort of like, match between Kushida and I don't know, fucking. I was gonna say Wolf. This is another reason why I say do it, because I want to see Ilya Dragunov win the cruiserweight title.
Yeah.
I want to see him win it and join Imperium and shit. But,
yeah. But Grizzled Young Veterans are upset because Imperium and Gallus ruined their match like 2 weeks ago, which was obviously a fair point. And Grizzled Young Veterans talk about how they want to be in the NXT UK Tag Team Championship match because they want to give the people what they want. And what the people want is the Grizzled Young Veterans. I loved every second of this because it's great. The crowd was chanting Borland, but it wasn't like the Borland chant that you typically hear. It was like the good Borland chants.
Yeah, it was like heat-inducing.
Yeah. So it was.
This is great. I love this.
Honestly, this was the best thing of the whole show. Honestly.
Yeah, I don't know which is better because there's another segment that was great here as well on this show.
Oh, Jordan Devlin.
Jordan Devlin.
All right, so I'll tell you why. I still like the segment, but I'll tell you what didn't work. This is just I mean, it might be nitpicking, but the editing for it was terrible because the words weren't matching up with his mouth. And maybe it was my network, but like...
I think it was your network. Yeah, it definitely was your network. I've had the same problem.
Yeah, because like he would say something, yeah,
by the way, fix your shit.
So
I shouldn't have to fucking close out of the network just so that way I can get my audio sync back up.
Yeah.
Fix your shit. Because he's not the only one that's had that problem. I've had that problem too.
So then in my defense, I guess I got to go back and rewatch because I thought it was because the editing was bad, but I guess it was the network. So, but why don't you talk about it since you loved it so much?
This promo was great because he's basically like, I'm going to show you all the highlights from NXT UK. He's like in an office room. He's got a TV. He's about to show like this big presentation of UK highlights. And it's just all him.
Yeah.
Look at this. He's a handsome fella, I gotta say. Look at him. He's just beating on everybody. Look at him with his highlights. That freaking moonsault shooting star. Oh, look at that. The devil inside. He did it to a man half his weight. That's impressive. Just incredible, incredible stuff. And then he's talking about how, I hear a lot of talk about this A-Kid fella. And how Tyler Bate endorsed him. You're going to need a hell of a lot more than Tyler Bate endorsing you. How about you and I have a match next week on UK? And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I'm ready for that. So
let's go.
Yeah.
I like A-Kid. He's good.
Yeah. I like Jordan Devlin, too. They'll put on a bond burner.
I just don't understand why the fuck his name's A-Kid. So,
he's a kid.
There you go.
Next, this match, I guess wasn't anything bad, but it just kind of like didn't do anything impressive. It was Oliver Carter versus Ridge Holland. So I'm going to tell you why this didn't impress me. Because I just have a feeling this guy's going to end up not mattering in like a month. Like,
if he was on NXT, this dude would be a wrecking machine. Absolute wrecking machine. And
I also don't understand why they would bring in Oliver Carter and like have him lose all the time. Like he's enhancement talent. Like I guess he needs jobbers, but it's like this dude had vignettes for like a week, like a couple weeks, and he comes in and he's just getting jobbed out. So it's like, why are you doing this? Like,
this guy should have just had an enhancement match. He looked great.
Yeah,
Ridge Holland looked great, like I expected he was going to be, but.
I wasn't convinced that
he's gonna lose. He's gonna lose to freaking Mastiff in like a couple months.
Yeah, so I'm not.
If anything, he should be beating guys like Mastiff and other guys, and
I'm not
challenging for the championship in the future against Walter because he's honestly the only guy intimidating enough to actually stand up to Walter.
Yeah.
So
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not convinced that he's not gonna like Mastiff.
There's no way they're gonna use him right.
Yeah.
So there you go. I'm not even this.
I don't even remember the finish. So
he won with a pounce, and then he won with like almost like a version of Shawn Maverick's 12 gauge.
Oh yeah, I want to see him versus.
That's how he won.
Yeah, I want to see him versus like Keith Lee. That'd be awesome.
He tipped his hat in respect to Oliver though, which was weird.
Yeah.
So I guess he's a face. Is he a face? I don't know. He's weird. Again, it's UK, so nothing makes sense.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Oh, this is the worst thing in the whole show. These like promos they did for like Travis Banks, like Yellow, and like Jordan.
Oh yeah, no, skip this whole thing.
Yeah.
The fact that they had like what, like how many like all together they had maybe all together they each cut a promo and they were all together like a minute.
Yeah, it was like
stupid, absolutely stupid.
Oliver Carter and Ashton Smith are backstage, and Noam Dar comes up, and it leads to like Ashton Smith challenging him to a match. I have no interest in that at all. So
I don't care.
I don't really care about the. Then we have Ilya Dragunov versus Alexander Wolf. In the ring, it wasn't bad, but I'm still not invested in this at all. And what a great idea!
They don't care about UK. Like I noticed that. Like nobody cares about booking UK good. Like why have the show if you're not gonna treat it right?
Yeah.
Like,
Alexander, you did the big turn too with Ilya Dragunov just for him to lose to Alexander Wolf anyway.
Oh my god, it was stupid.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even gonna go over the. I don't want to go over the freaking match because it was a good match right up until the finish.
Yeah.
Because of course. So two things. You're burying both guys because, and I'll tell you why. Because Ilya Dragunov was having this match for most of this freaking time, and then he ended up losing because of a distraction from Imperium. So all you're doing is discrediting the ability of Alexander Wolf to get anything done on his own, and you're discrediting Ilya Dragunov's decision to not join with Imperium because he lost to Alexander Wolf anyway.
Yeah.
Who the hell gets over? Who gets over here?
And then, afterwards, Imperium are going to beat him down, and Gallus won out, and 3 guys are taking out Imperium. That's when British
This made no sense, because, Ilya Dragunov stayed down.
And British Strong Style couldn't even do that. Like, yeah. Then Walter goes to...
I'm telling you here right now, get 2 more male members of fucking Imperium.
Yeah.
2 more members of fucking Imperium. Bring back British Strong Style to NXT UK. Do Gallus and fucking Strong Style versus Imperium.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to work any other way. This is so... I don't want to see Ilya Dragunov, the Russian, team up with the Scots. It makes no sense to me.
Well,
it will never make sense to me.
You're gonna, because next week it's Imperium versus Gallus and Ilya Dragunov. So
hopefully that's when he fucking turns.
Yeah.
Please, just turn him. Put him with Imperium. It makes no sense why he's... Like, he shouldn't have had to turn on him to begin with, because now you've had this freaking match and had them beat down on Dragunov. But if you're going to do the turn, whatever at this point.
Yeah.
I think he should have just joined off the gate, but...
This show was average C-, 70 out of 100.
C-, like, 71 out of 100, and that's being very generous.
Yeah.
I did not care for the show at all.
Then we have Impact. I love it.
It's actually below average, in my opinion. Because C is average, and this was below average.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Then we have Impact. I loved Impact.
Yeah, there was some good stuff in Impact, but there was a lot of good stuff in Impact, but there was also a couple bad spots.
One segment I've been looking forward to talking about for like a week, and I think you know what it is once we get there.
Yes.
So this episode happened on November 19th, 2019. We have the worst commentary team in all of professional wrestling, and Don Callis and Josh Matthews, and we know why.
Poor Josh Matthews. That's not even his fault.
Yeah. It shows the cold open, hyping everybody up to want to watch the gauntlet match or the elimination chase. So I thought that did a good job of hyping me up for that. Then we had a Fatal 4-Way tag team match. It was Dez and Wentz versus Rohit Raju and Ray Shin versus the Dinos versus Reno Scum. I thought this was a very good tag team match.
It was very fun.
Yeah, all the teams went out there and really destroyed themselves.
I will tell you though, the crowd was dead for most of this. I didn't like that part.
But Dez and Wentz win. I don't remember exactly how they win because it's been a few weeks. Like it's been about a week since I've seen it, but
they won. It was good. Lots of good tag team spots that I haven't seen. Go watch
Afterwards, Ace Austin come out and he's aligned with Reno Scum, so they help beat down.
So Ace Austin is part of Reno Scum now. So there you go. He's probably leading the charge of Reno Scum, which makes sense.
Yeah, they beat down everybody, and what's his name? Trey comes out and tries to even out the odds, but then he gets outnumbered, and Ace Austin puts like a metal thin in his armband and
does the spinning back fist with it.
Yeah. Because he isn't as good as Chris Jericho's, so he needs metal. Chris Jericho's is all elbow. You know what? This goes down a thing because he's not Chris Jericho. Only Chris Jericho can do the Judas effect now. That's illegal.
Okay, there, Owen. He says okay.
All right, but then Trey's mom was watching all of this happen.
In horror. She was in horror. Good actor, to be fair.
Oh, actress in this case.
Sorry.
So I like this. It furthered that feud. I give the match 3 3/4 stars.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Then this was just, I don't really understand why they did this. Maybe this is one of the things you talked about that you didn't like. It was Taya Valkyrie and Johnny Bravo versus Jordan Grace.
Skip.
Jordan Grace wins, and then
I'm allergic
Johnny
to bullshit.
Bravo. I really don't understand why they didn't just book another match.
Skip. Fuck this. That's stupid. Skip.
Then we had Rohit Raju, Raj Shin, and Gama Sin backstage.
How they were losers and
afterwards
he'll ship them back to where they came from is what the old dude said. I'm like, Jesus. Ugh.
Bad. I mean, it's not bad, it's like cool. And he's like not
and then they attack who was it? Poor Falaba. Like what did he do? He's just
eating. He's just sitting there.
Losers.
He's just sitting there eating and it's attacked for no reason.
It's not nice.
The one plot hole about this, though, is he's not mad at Muhabla Shira for losing, and he's been doing nothing but losing lately. That's the plot hole about this whole thing. Like,
yeah, I agree. This is stupid.
And he's and basically he just dismisses it. But the next segment makes up for it. This was freaking great. Rob Van Dam update.
Oh my god.
This was awesome. Like,
he just goes on about, hey, I know I said I was gonna be there, but plans changed. It's a holiday. I think I deserve a day off, right?
No. You're not even giving it justice. So I'm gonna do this.
Okay, go.
So he's on his cell phone, and I love it too because he's only like filming like half of his face, like while the stuff's in the background. Like, I think he's clearly like not wearing clothes.
Yeah.
I think it's implied, anyways.
It's heavily implied.
All VD here, and you can tell he's like filmed these with like several like an Instagram story, and anytime like it would be a new one, like you would see static, which was awesome. And he said, "Remember when I said to tune in this week?" And RVD and Katie Ford were making the return, and then it does it again, the static, and then he goes, "Oops, that was before I knew all the partying me and Katie were going to be doing last night." And then he says, I really love what he says next. They have me booked on at 11, and then I think he messed up his words, but I think it worked.
I think, booked on an 11 o'clock flight.
Who's going to get up
that morning?
And then he even says, being the highest paid superstar that I am or something, I still deserve the same 12 hours of sleep everyone else gets, right?
Right.
And then he even says after this, like, but don't worry, my influence is gonna be all over the show because everyone's gonna be doing my moves anyways. Like, and he goes to have like Katie come on, and Katie's like, "You can't be on TV."
Katie, you gotta put clothes on. You can't be on out here without clothes on. And then it cancels out again. He's like, actually, you know what? Scratch that. And then it just ends abruptly.
This was fantastic. This was the highlight of
friggin' S rank, man. Comedic gold. Absolute comedic gold.
I know
Love
we can
this.
say like everyone's gonna complain because it's false advertising that we wanted to see RVD, but like I feel like that's what made
we
this, like,
we got to see RVD. I don't care.
yeah, like it was fantastic.
More of these, please.
Yeah, please.
I want to see him. I want to see a thing with him and Moose one day.
Oh my gosh,
That'd be amazing.
Moose showing he's like a 5-star athlete by being like RVD in like a drinking game or something, and RVD.
Oh my god, yeah. Doing a puff and pass game with him with Snoop.
Yeah. Why do I feel like RVD was like legitimately high too? Like I feel like he
you know he was.
And then Susie was backstage.
This was weird.
James Mitchell, no, Father James Mitchell, sorry, comes up.
So I guess it's implied that he's trying to fuck her.
Well, the thing you don't know is when she came to Impact originally, he was like her manager, so he's like trying to bring her back to the dark side. And Rosemary basically knows what he's doing and wants to put a stop to that. I'll be legit. I'm still laughing at RVD, so I didn't really take this segment seriously.
Especially considering the fact, what the hell? So I guess her mouth is, her face paint moves when she talks.
Yeah.
That's so weird. The teeth.
I didn't even notice that. I didn't even notice. I keep trying to watch this with like fresh eyeballs, but then I remember. Oh wait, the RVD thing before, and I gotta watch that first. This segment means nothing to me. Like RVD.
Bye bye.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
RVD was way more important. So.
All right. Yeah. Next.
Maybe if they put this on later in the show, maybe I would like be wondering what's going on here. But all I care about is RVD. All I care about is RVD right now. So.
Yeah.
Then it shows a flashback moment of the week where it was a match from the past of Impact where it was Eddie Edwards defending the World Championship against Cody. So there you go.
Get those memories in while you can, boys.
Yeah. Then it shows the Rascals backstage.
This was trash.
Yeah.
This was utter trash.
And they
tried to rip off the 70s show.
Yeah.
And God, it was terrible.
And by the way, they're trying to rip off that 70s show in 2019, by the way.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
wow.
It's like, it doesn't even work. It's like they have this laugh track, and it's like clearly rehearsed. It's not unscripted at all. Like, they're not even high.
Like, they're faking it.
Supposed to be a high gimmick, and I'm like,
I know they're faking it too because I just saw RVD doing this.
Like, not even like a few minutes ago. Oh, this is terrible. Absolutely terrible, dude.
Honestly, too, all this did too was just like ruin the feud now. But I have no I think like the
only interest I have is to see Ace Austin win now, just because like I genuinely hated it that much. This completely buried the Rascals, and they buried themselves doing this. This was terrible. Be yourself. If you're gonna be high, be high. If you're not gonna be high, just be a fucking high flying spot fest tag team.
I have no interest. I have no interest to see them ever now. Like because of this. Like.
So bye bye.
Yeah.
I'm not even I'm not even gonna give this segment the time of day.
I also have to say. I also have to say too.
I'll give one little thing, a stupid thing, because it was just stupid. This is what was worse about it. So Trey's mom comes into the picture, and then she's like, "Listen," and the other dudes are like perving on her, and you could tell it was just so staged and hokey.
Yeah.
I'm like, fucking, just end this already. And then like she's saying something, I don't even remember what, and then Trey's like, "Ma, you're embarrassing me," and I'm like,
"You're embarrassing."
This is the number one contender for the X Division Championship.
Yeah. The Now I'm gonna say it. The one guy won that number.
I
one
wish Petey
match.
Williams was the fucking number one contender now. Thanks.
Yeah.
I really liked Trey until this.
Yeah. Fuck this.
This was terrible. I mean, not it wasn't Joey Ryan like Dick Spot terrible, but it was terrible. I will skip this if another one of these segments comes on.
Johnny Swinner versus Buck Gunderson. I really didn't care much for this.
Skip. Squash match. Johnny Swinger won. Ken Shamrock came out. Basically just absolutely annihilated Johnny Swinger. That was probably the best part of this thing, was he just freaking annihilated him.
This was 2 stars.
Yeah, 2 stars.
There was a legless
in the middle only because of Shamrock.
I hope this is the end of it. But it's probably not.
I don't want. I just want just treat Ken Shamrock seriously.
Yeah.
Why did you bring him in if you're just gonna devalue him?
I'll say one more thing. There was a notable thing. I know he's been on before, but this is the first review. There was a legless referee on we should talk about in this match. So kind of weird. I don't know. I don't really want. I really can't say anything about it because if I bash on it, then I look like an asshole. But if I overly praise it, then I'm just gonna not touch that. So yeah.
Yeah. In other words, I'll say it for you. Get rid of him. There.
There you go.
I don't care. I'm that asshole that's saying it. The funny thing is, too, I think this is the same guy that was in the Double or Nothing Battle Royal as well.
I think so, yeah.
So why?
But that didn't. But that really didn't offend him. Being in the Battle Royal didn't offend me though, because
I mean, the ref thing didn't offend me. I guess he's not necessarily offending me. Like, I don't want to put that in perspective. He's not offending me, but it's just really weird that he's reffing. I
feel like it takes the attention away from the athletes because it's
you can't do that. Like in any regard. Like, I don't know. Like, it was a Taryn Terrell situation. This is the Taryn Terrell situation again. Like, because in this case, instead of him being hot, he's legless.
Yeah.
Because Taryn Terrell was smoking and distracted everybody. Which didn't work, as a ref role.
Johnny Swinner's backstage, skipping this.
Care. And Joey Ryan was there with him.
Impact's going to go back in time, even though to like the 1980s, even though it didn't
skip.
Even though it didn't exist in the 1980s, and everybody knows that.
They're just basically ripping off what is it called? Southpaw Regional Wrestling. That's all. They're just ripping it off blatantly, which I guarantee. Like, if they're acting for Trey and the rest of the Rascals segment was anything to go by, this is gonna be abysmal.
Yeah, I get you want to do these like fun holiday themed shows, but just debuting just debuting on what's it called?
Access.
Yeah, it's not a good idea. You don't see AEW doing this.
No, you don't.
Then we had the main event. It was the Elimination Chase Impact World's Championship number one.
Yes, it's great.
Absolutely. It was Moose versus...
Oh my god, this was great.
It was Moose versus Daga versus Rich Swann versus Michael Elgin versus Tessa Blanchard versus Brian Cage. So Moose and Daga start off the match. They have a...
Daga looked really good for the short time he was given, and...
Moose wins with no jackhammer needed, which, I mean, it makes sense. Like, Moose should obviously be winning that. Like...
Yeah, obviously.
Then it's Rich Swann, and Rich Swann beats him with a roll-up. So
he gets brutalized for a good portion of this match, and then but he eventually, is able to get through it and win. Then Michael Elgin comes out. Oh boy, he got the bad luck of the draw here.
Yeah.
And this is where this match started to get really good.
Yeah. Michael Elgin annihilates him. he eventually like I think knees Rich Swann in like the gut, and he starts like just coughing
bleeding
up.
from the mouth. Yeah, that was
And
gnarly spot.
Michael Elgin gets disqualified, which I really wasn't a fan of. But I guess you wanted to protect him, so I
I
guess
just that's whatever. You
yeah.
know, I mean, Michael Elgin's a lunatic anyway, so.
And afterwards he continuously destroys Rich Swann. So I think that's going to be a feud now with Rich Swann and Michael Elgin. Since
Which
Michael
is fine.
yeah.
But my lord, he just kept fighting. Like they made this dude look like an effing star here.
Yeah,
because then Brian Cage comes out. He didn't want to hurt him, and then he just slaps him in defiance and just kept fighting and fighting and took Brian Cage to the limit in his state, which was a great story. It was like an underdog story, and everyone wanted Swann to win by this point. Everybody wanted Swann to win this.
And Brian Cage ends up winning with Weapon X, which, obviously makes he was in the mat. I mean, he was in the match at that point for like over a half hour, and he was coughing up blood, and Brian Cage was fresh, so that's fine. Then it's Tessa Blanchard. They put on a clinic.
Lord. There was a great spot too where it was like what was it? She ended up countering one of Brian Cage's top rope moves into a poison Rana, and and to Don Callis' credit, he was losing his mind by this point.
Yeah.
So I'll give him credit where credit's due there.
Eventually,
Josh Matthews was way better than him. Don't get me wrong, but still.
Eventually, she wins with the Magnum TA from the second term. Oh,
no, it was the I think it's just called Magnum.
Okay. And Tessa Blanchard actually became the #1 contender, which I knew was going to go in that direction anyways, but I was kind of surprised in a sense because it's...
Yes, I agree, because she didn't win anything.
Especially, too, because I figured they'd wait till Hard to Kill, but maybe they're going to build that match.
They are doing Hard to Kill. That's the main event for Hard to Kill.
Yeah, I just figured, though, they would have Brian Cage, and, Sami Callihan.
That makes sense, Brian Cage and Sami Callihan.
Yeah.
What would this be for freaking 3? No, 4.
Well, 4. But I still enjoyed this match very much.
I think they're gonna do a thing with. I think they're gonna do a deal with Sami Callihan and Rich Swann. I think first, because they have to. Like, why wouldn't you give Rich Swann a championship match?
Yeah,
he did pin the champion, but then again, this is Impact, so.
Well, you have another one of those specials coming up, so he'll get it there.
It's not a shitty special.
This match was 4.5 stars. It was great.
Go watch this if you want a good gauntlet. It's a great gauntlet. WWE should take notes.
I know, it was very awesome. And basically I liked how they did it too, where basically they threw all the talking segments like just one after another, pretty much because they had this gauntlet coming up, so this was going to be most of the wrestling portion of the show.
There you go.
Still got minor issues with Impact. Like, I wish they would stop doing, like, that music before they go to commercials, because it really makes it look obvious that, like, the show's structured, because the commercials are coming, so it's like, why are they
doing
that? So, there's that.
There you go.
I mean, you could say the same thing about Lucha Underground. Like, they would have that symbol come up when they would go to commercials, so that's obviously a thing, but...
Yeah, but this was good. This was a good match. This is a good show, really. I give it an A. A-.
Yeah, A-. It was
92 out of 100.
92 out of 100, and it's some of it's because of RVD alone. Like
So he was the S rank of the whole show.
Yeah,
he was the only S rank thing of the whole show.
I don't get to see it this week, because he's not gonna.
Well, you can see it. But I just won't review it because if they're not going to take it seriously, why the hell should I?
No, I'm saying though, but he's not going to be like that this week. Is what I'm saying. Like,
jeez, are they really doing that? Are they really just going to go all out with that stupid special?
I hope not, but we'll see.
You'll see. I'm not willing to stick around and seeing it.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was what's it called?
It was Impact.
Yeah, that's everything. We went through everything on the show.
There you go. Next week you'll be seeing everything, including the 2-hour shows and 1-hour shows next in the next episode. But before that, we will be reviewing Survivor Series and War Games in the next episode. So keep an eye out on that. And now it's plug time. There's the graphic now.
Yep.
We shall pluggeth.
Plug. A plug.
And you saw the graphic. Okay. You guys can find me on YouTube. YouTube.com/user/ I almost said WIW Pride. I fucked up. YouTube.com/user/ JHebertside95. That's JHEBERTSIDE95. You can also find me on Twitter at JHebertside95. I don't know. I talked to Jerry and Stefan from the NXT party and What's NXT. I'm looking to put those shows on my channel. So if you want to see that, that will be the hub there. I will also be talking to Noah about 205 Live Matters and putting it on my channel as well, since it will no longer be on Aaron Riff's channel. So keep on the lookout for that, as well as Indie Force, which will be making a grand return very, very, very soon. Probably around Thanksgiving week, since we won't be having a rundown to do other than Survivor Series and War Games. So there you go. There's that. So be on the lookout for that. Also, check out this channel, because I already plugged it, the stuff that will be coming up. So check it out. Also, Survivor Series 07, we're probably going to have to do that, since it's still technically kind of Survivor Series. 2017. Sorry, 2017. So we're probably going to do that next week, even though it's late. So deal with it. Just deal with it.
I couldn't squeeze it in because I didn't know Chris was gonna pick. If I didn't know Chris was gonna pick that show, so
there you go.
Yeah,
we'll be doing that, and then I think it's Mike's pick after that, and I believe it's Living Dangerously 97 after that. So yeah, be on the lookout for the retro stuff too. And on top of that, check out Women's Youth Wrestling, which is youtube.com/user/ WYW Pride. So we got some stuff coming up for that channel as well, coming in December, starting to be released in December. So the first thing is we will be releasing all of the matches that happened during the Gold Rush season, so season 1, in its entirety. So match after match after match. It's not going to be in one video. It's going to be like each match is going to have its own video. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Also, we're going to be having the promo packages for Immortal as well, being released at some point at the end of the month, probably during Thanksgiving, just because I have to redo one of them because there was a fucking typo because I'm stupid. But they will be up there.
From Destination X 2009.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So yeah, definitely check that out. Subscribe, turn the post notification bell on for that, and there will be, by the way, those matches that we're going to be doing, they're going to have like a little mini small documentary on each match, kind of explaining how it came about. So definitely check that out. And with that, also, check out Royalty Wrestling Alliance. I'm doing a bunch of poster work for them right now. Royalty Wrestling Alliance is on Facebook and Instagram. So first it's Royalty Wrestling Alliance. When you search it up on Facebook, just type in ROYALTY Wrestling Alliance, and check out their Instagram at Royalty Wrestling _RWA. Almost said it like Michael Cole. RWA. But yeah, there you go. That's everything, I think.
All right, so yeah,
I got a lot.
The only thing really I'm gonna plug for like this channel purposes is we're gonna try to at some point in the future bring back the fantasy booking series, because we have to finish the ECW one, and I've been thinking of some for like a while that I want to do. My fantasy booking's pure fantasy. Basically, what happened, as I'll explain when I do the video, I had like 2K14, and I thought of feuds I wanted to play out there. So like a lot of the feuds, like, you know, involve like me, James, and like everyone in the indie force and like the wrestling rundown and such. But you know, it's still fun feuds, fun to think of fantasy stuff. So you know, it's fun stuff. And you know, that's about it. On the Talkinator, me and my cousin are gonna try to get back on track with that, and then CM Brothers. He is here in Mass, like, and we're gonna do a video before he leaves. So since he's here, so there you go. And that's pretty much it, guys. We will talk to you guys later.
Take that work week off, 5 days in the bucket. Fuck it, you got a boss who's a jerk who doesn't. Throw on some Wu-Tang, bring the motherfucking ruckus. There is no pretext, we are living and we love it on a budget. Never mind, we just nudge it to the side. Give the kids a little time, we are living till we die. Focused and we hustle, but we still be getting high. No exception to the rule, do what you do to get by. Cause I keep ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home. But my